Has an OG YouTuber just been exposed as a child predator? I'm just asking for a friend. However, with all the receipts that are starting to come out, Colleen Ballinger, aka Miranda Sings, has a lot to answer for. Hey up everyone, it's me, Steph the Alternate, your nerdy alternative, filling in for Andy whilst he's away on holiday at the moment, and oh my goodness, yes, for anyone that knows me, this story is extremely important. I've made no bare bones about it. I am unfortunately a survivor of child SA, and when I see stories like this, oh my goodness, does it make my blood boil, and does it make me want to do something about it? And I have with me today my friend Chandler Remington. Thank you so much for joining me for this video. She's here because she's really been following this story since the start. She pretty much knows the ins and outs of the Colleen Ballinger Colleen Ballinger Miranda Sings situation at the moment. Sorry, I'm so flustered because this story just really gets to me. But Chandler, in a nutshell, before we go through the horrific receipts, what is this all about? What's actually happening here?
So that's a very good question, Steph. So what's happening here is you have this woman who is a very famous YouTuber. She's been able to craft this career for herself with a very young audience. And unfortunately, we are now seeing that over the years, she was very predatory and very inappropriate with a lot of her fans. She created these parasocial relationships with them, made them feel special, and took advantage of them and treated them very inappropriately, talked to them as though they were adults, as though they were her friends, used them, and she behaved in ways that need to be called out. And so now her young fans have grown up, they're a little older now, they're adults, and they can see that they were groomed, and they are exposing her behavior. And I love to see it because she's a woman, she's gotten away with this because she's a woman, and I think it's very important that we look at how people get away with things based on their gender. If it was a man, she wouldn't have been able to do any of this, don't you think?
It would certainly be a different kettle of fish, that's for sure, as far as I'm concerned. Now, let's start off with, for those that don't know, who are we actually talking about? So, Colleen Ballinger, she's from America. She's known on YouTube for a popular alter ego, Miranda Sings. So, here you've got Miranda Sings here, Colleen Ballinger here. Now, Miranda Sings is a character who's very self-centered and a very tone-deaf singer. Over the years, she has grown to be very successful doing comedy tours, books, and even having her own Netflix series. All of this down to having more than 10 million subscribers. However, at this point, oh my goodness, is she bleeding subscribers in the tens of thousands, and I do not see that stopping anytime soon. But most of her subscriber base do seem to be children, underage, minors, and this is where it starts getting dark, you guys. Now, introducing Adam McIntyre. Now, he actually initially exposed Colleen 3 years ago. If we could just go back to this, here, 3 years ago, he started calling her out about this situation. Now, however, with the recent upsurge of receipts being shown and more people speaking out about Colleen's inappropriate interactions with minors, to say the least, you guys, you'll see the receipts in a moment, your jaw will drop to the floor. Adam has spoken out more against Colleen in the past few weeks from what I've seen. Now, as a result, you can see here, he suffered death threats and doxing attempts from what seems to be a very core, very obsessive fan base of Colleen's, where he's literally had to report this to the police. So it is getting scary for a lot of survivors out there that are speaking up against Colleen. Now, this is the thing, right? Adam's talking the talk, but oh my goodness, is he showing us the walk? Because he certainly brought the receipts to show how allegedly predatory Colleen seems to be. The majority of which has come from a group chat called Colleenies Weenies, or just the Weenies, right? Where apparently there were over 25 children ranging from the ages from around 12 to 17, right? That she spoke to on a regular basis like this. So here is a situation where she would encourage these minors, allegedly, to buy tampons and reenact this for the group chat. So let me show you this video from Colleen. Here we go.
I swear I'm not high.
Like, why? Why? That's not comedy. That's just disgusting. And she's doing that to she's showing that to children. And then she says, I swear I'm not high. Again, to children, right? And if you think that's shocking, oh ho 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 ho, wait. There's more. There's so much more. Now, I must, before we continue any further, big, major trigger warning for everything else that's about to come. Because that I've just shown you there is the tamest that I've seen in terms of the receipts so far, okay? So here we go. This is a screenshot of the Colleenies Weenies group chat. Now, for YouTube Human Reviewer, we've got to say things in a little different way, as you all know. But here we go. Adam says, y'all, there's a dild shop. Something that's very phallic, guys. Beside my hotel, who wants to get their orders in. Colleen says, Adam, LOL. Adam says, is that a yes? Colleen says, no, that's not my thing. Adam says, I have. And Colleen says, not those, ugh. Now, this is a thing, right, that really, really absolutely scares the hell out of me. Instead of her turning round and saying, hang on a minute, this is inappropriate talk, there's other children round here, why are you talking about dilds, right? She's carrying on the conversation. She's encouraging it even more. This is scary. Colleen then, this is where, you know, encouraging the situation even more. She writes, everyone thinks I love dilds because of that video. That ain't the only XXX toy in the world, Henny.
She's talking to them like they're adults.
Insane. And this is the thing, exactly, Chandler. She's talking to them as if they're adults. And you've got to remember here that all these receipts that I'm showing you so far, she's talking to children. She's talking to minors about XXX toys. Are you absolutely shizzing me here?
No, she has no boundaries. None.
None. Oh.
None whatsoever.
But you think that's breaking boundaries? Here we go. She turns round to them all and says, tell me all the thoughts you had when you first got your periods, please, and thank you. What?
Why? Why would she want to? What adult woman wants to know about that? Why would you? I can't imagine ever going to a group of little girls and saying, tell me about when you got your first period. That is such a weird and gross and inappropriate question to ask. Why would you want to know about that? I don't understand. It makes no sense.
She then further down says, example, I thought I shiz myself because the blood was so dark in my underwear. Like, she got really graphic. And again, remember, she's talking to minors here, guys. Minors. Now, here's another receipt. Adam says, my backside, my butt looks so good today, y'all. Colleen says, pics, Adam? She wants pictures of a minor and his backside and his butt.
Pretty sure he was 15 when he sent this message.
This is scary.
Incredibly inappropriate.
Incredibly inappropriate, to say the least, guys. Now, here is another DM. This seems to be on Twitter. And she is asking if Adam wants to do the water challenge. Now, if you can see at the bottom here, just underneath the cat picture, all right, she says, you'll get soaking wet. Adam says, I'm always wet. She says, true. Not, hang on a minute. Dude, you're minor, I'm an adult. Boundaries here. No, she says, true. Then she asks minors Have you got the V card? Have you not done it before? Why is she asking minors that? Why? Why? Why would any sane person be asking minors that? Oh, but it gets worse, and there's more. She then asks, what's your favourite position? And we ain't talking yoga here, guys.
It's shocking. It's very hard to know how to react to it. I read this stuff and I've seen it so many times and I still don't know what to say or how to feel because if a man did that, he would be canceled immediately. It has taken years, over 3 years. This stuff has been out there and people are paying attention now, even though it was already exposed. I don't understand how she's continued to have a career, continue to go on tour, continue to be able to make money off of her livelihood when this is the kind of person she is and these are the things that she does and everybody knows it. It's shocking.
Well, it does look like sponsors are taking notice and we'll be getting onto that right at the end. Is there comeuppance for Colleen Ballinger? Well, stay tuned because it looks like things are starting to move in the right direction there. In the meantime, this is just one of many examples of her tweets. Again, trigger warning, guys. I've had to black some of the stuff out as I have done with the previous receipts again for the YouTube Human Reviewer, but I think you'll be able to get the gist here. My newest blog on not of age XXX and XXX people that will do my bidding, no matter what. Linking that to a YouTube video, presumably of hers, on her channel. Now, right at the beginning, we said that Miranda Sings Colleen Ballinger was a comedian. Okay? Just asking for a friend. How is this funny? How is this funny? I honestly do not get the joke here. If anyone else does, please let me know. But I do not get the joke. There's no humour in this whatsoever. This is disgusting. Disgusting. But guess what? There's more. We have videos here to show you. So, do you know what? I'm just going to play this and just show you. If I explain this to you, you won't believe me. Here we go.
And so now, watch this. We're on the date, James. It's really romantic. Oh, we're getting close and personal. Oh, but I'm so hungry, James. Hold on, I got a snack.
Was this in your self-help book?
Was this in my self-help book?
Was it? Because I brought self-help with me and I was just wondering.
Well, shouldn't you know if you've read it? I'm just kidding, James. I'm just kidding. I love you. I'm just kidding. So, do you want a cheese ball?
I'd love one. I can't believe I'm reaching in there right now.
Oh boy.
Yeah. You just saw Miranda Sings on tour with a little boy. She has cheese puffs or whatever down her pants. She reaches down her pants in front of the children and the boy, takes out cheesy puff or whatever, eats it, and then invites and encourages the boy to reach down her pants, get a cheese puff, and eat it. Again, I ask, where's the humour in that? How is that funny? But wait, there's so much more. Yes. So this was Johnny, who has been speaking out extensively against Colleen as well, at G3 Mini John. Go on his Twitter, so many receipts on there. And this is one where she seems to, on tour, do a lot of these, like, pregnancy skits in front of minors and children.
Yeah, they're very weird.
Yeah, very, very weird way. And so this is Story of My Birth. So it looks like Johnny is the mother and Miranda Sings is playing the uncle here. And so we're going to play this video here.
So what if we do? You want to be realistic? Okay, sister-in-law. I can't wait for you to give birth to this, my niece. I love little girls.
She just said, I love little girls. I can't wait. This is her playing an uncle. She says, I can't wait to meet my little niece. I love little girls.
It's a regular fixture in her comedy, the predatory uncle character, the insinuations. Like you, I don't find it funny at all. I don't understand her humor, and I don't know why she's so popular.
No.
It's creepy.
It's very, very creepy. Let's go on to the next receipt here. Again, it's another kind of pregnancy skit. And here she is on stage with another minor. Let's play this one.
Oh, I see the head. Ready? Camille. All right. Scene. Oh, I'm so pregnant. Oh, how are you doing, dear sister-in-law? I'm so excited for you to give birth to this baby. I love little girls.
Again, here's another example where she's doing the same skit. It wasn't just a one-off. She's playing the uncle again, and she's saying, I love little girls. And she's got this little kid here on stage pretending to be pregnant and giving birth. Why would you do that with a child? To involve them in this scenario where they're so young and they're pregnant and they're giving birth? And she's turning around and saying, as an uncle, I love little girls. Like, Chandler, we were talking about this earlier on before we started this video. You know, you mentioned this whole scenario of her playing this, like, creepy uncle with children was very much in her repertoire, right?
Oh yeah, it was a big part of her character. She frequently insinuated, as the Miranda character when she would do her YouTube videos, that the Miranda character was experiencing SA at the hands of an uncle. And from my understanding, if you think about a young fan who's watching her, she has this whole audience, there's 6-year-olds in her audience. If any of those children happen to be in a scary situation where something like that is happening to them, they don't understand that that's not normal. And it could normalize that for them. It could keep them from seeking help, which I think is very dangerous.
Extremely dangerous. It seems like allegedly she normalized a lot and got away with it for so many years, allegedly, because how successful she was in normalizing this insaneness. Now, we're finally going to get on to Becky, okay? And this is horrific, all right? So she has a Twitter at @KnowIt'sBex. And she says here, the whole bit here was that I farted while in this position, which is 1, real childish, and 2, effing embarrassing when you're already in a vulnerable position. I was only a teenager here, and you can see that I had to stop and cover myself up before I even stood up. Now, we're going to play this video, and what it's going to show is Becky is on the ground, as you can see here on the stage, on the ground, and Miranda is stood up over her, spreading her legs out as far as possible. The problem, apart from that, makes it even a bigger problem, is that Becky at the time was wearing a very short dress. So as you're spreading the legs, what are you going to be seeing? Disgusting. Now, you're not going to be seeing that, but you're going to see this viewpoint here. So let's go. See how short that dress was? Now, Becky did an open letter to Colleen saying, quote, and she did this letter yesterday, saying, Colleen, you've taken my childhood away from me and countless others. My world revolved around you, and I always gave you the benefit of the doubt. I remember the absolute joy I felt when you DM'd me saying we had won Purple Heart Friendship. Yet this joy was short-lived. I received hate upon hate and multiple death threats. When I met you, you said you saw the hate we were getting. I felt a sense of relief thinking it had put it to an end, but the end never came. You saw what was happening. You knew I was 13. You actively sat back and watched it occur. You saw my mental health deteriorate. You saw my messages telling you what was going on, yet you remained silent. You were 30 years old. You had a platform in which one tweet, like video clip, anything would have stopped what was going on. It hurts even more to know that you instigated most of the hate in the first place. Now, we haven't gone into that much, but there's also another running theme with Colleen that allegedly she was very, very manipulative behind the scenes in terms of directing hate and creating hate against her fans. Insane. She says, you put the burden of the hate you received as a 30-year-old grown adult onto me, a 13-year-old. To save your own reputation, you let me take the hits. You called me annoying and ungrateful behind my back, causing everyone to turn against me. Do you know how damaging that is to a developing brain? I hated myself for years because of your issues. The number of addictions, spirals, and breakdowns you have sent me down because of your actions has forever altered my life. I still get nightmares at least once a month over this situation where I wake up in a panic attack. I wish I could give 13-year-old me a hug for all the shiz I went through because of you. I was 13 and had thousands of people hating me. You have hurt so many others for far worse than you hurt me. You've made countless people suffer for your own prosperity. I hope you're forced to listen to their stories to see the damage you have done.
Very well written.
Very well written. From a young woman there. Now, this is the thing. Consequences do seem to start coming for Colleen Ballinger. As I mentioned earlier on, guys, over 10 million subscribers, but dropping fast. She is losing tens of thousands of subscribers as we speak at the moment. Not only that, but again, reported yesterday by TMZ, she's losing sponsors for a podcast over particularly the Becky situation that we've just watched, okay? So some of Colleen's podcast sponsors have taken notice of this whole disgusting, despicable situation and have now taken action. So we've got a skincare company called OneSkin that have told TMZ they've severed ties with Colleen, saying, quote, we were made aware of this previously and have decided to cease the relationship completely. This behaviour is appalling and we do not condone or support it in any form. And then there's another sponsor, which is a telemedicine company, ZocDoc, who says they will no longer run ads on her podcast. There seems to be, from what I can gather, the beginning of finally consequences for Colleen Ballinger and Miranda Sings. So we started really at the beginning introducing you to this situation whereby Colleen Ballinger Miranda Sings is being called out for her inappropriate interactions and behaviour with minors, to say the absolute least. Has she been exposed, though, as a child predator? Well, I'm asking for a friend here. You can decide on that on the strength of the receipts that we've just shown in this video. But Chandler, do you have any final thoughts, insight before we go at this stage?
Yes, I would really like to say that I'm very proud of and impressed by these kids who are now young adults who are exposing her behavior. I think that it is an incredibly empowering moment for victims because their voices have been the ones to empower these companies to recognize what's going on and to stop their sponsorships. They have exposed her and they've done it in a very public way. My understanding is that they're getting interviews with Rolling Stone and Time Magazine about this situation. It's a very big story. And I'm just very impressed at these kids for recognizing that this is wrong and for working through this publicly, because I think it's very important to call people out and hold them accountable.
Couldn't have said it better myself. With that being said, if you loved what was coming out of Chandler's gob, and why wouldn't you? My logic is undeniable. She does have a YouTube channel. I will link that in the description bar below so you can get more Chandler on the daily. And if you like this video and you want more, and believe me, there is gonna be more, do make sure you subscribe to Popcorn Planet, turn the notification bell to all, like this video if you appreciate the research research we've just done. Comment down below your opinion, conspiracy theories, and whatever. So go one step further and join today. Become a Popcorn Planeteer for as little as $5.99 a month and get exclusive content from the man himself, Andy Signore. I know a couple of days ago he released an exclusive member-only video whilst he's on holiday at the moment. So if you want to check that out, you know what to do. Make sure you join today. I've been Steph the Alter Nerd. This has been my wonderful friend Chandler. Thank you so much for tuning into this video. Really appreciate all your eyeballs and your support. With that being said, there's some videos coming up right now on screen that you'll probably want to clickety-click, clickety-click.